Thank you very much, DND. We are indeed here with Froggen from Alliance after that victory. Congratulations, Froggen. What I want to start by asking you is obviously there was this mystery factor going into this game with their new mid laner, Selfie. Did you guys do any extra prep because of that?
No, it's pretty much just scouting what he's playing in solo queue and then just go from there. Like, the most played champion in solo queue is obviously the champion he's going to feel most comfortable on now, and that's what he's want to play.
Was that LeBlanc then, in this case, moving into picks and bans?
I think in general for us it would be better just to ban out the LeBlanc, not so much because of him, but because of the other champion he's playing outside of LeBlanc. Gragas actually does well against every single one of them. Honestly, we didn't see the Ryze pick come at all. I think it was a good pick, but I think Gragas is still really good against it.
So how far in the draft did you realize it was going to be mid and not on Mimer?
We only realized it at the last pick when he played Renekton for top. We thought yesterday they banned Ryze against Millennium because Kevin plays it, so we thought they banned it away, and then they wanted to pick it early because they don't want to play against it, so we thought it was top lane and not mid.
What do you think to Ryze while we're on that topic at the moment? I mean, he's obviously becoming a lot stronger, versatile in terms of positioning. We've seen it twice in mid lane now. We'll see it in the top lane as well. How is Ryze at this point in the game?
I think Ryze is one of the champions. Even though he's falling behind, he will always be useful. I think that counts more for top lane than mid lane, because if you fall behind in mid lane, you don't usually have that much wave clear, which is going to hurt your team. But I think he's strong on the top lane.
All right, let's talk about the game itself then. You guys opting for the lane swap in the beginning. Why exactly?
I think it was because of yesterday's game. We were like, okay, they have a lot of early aggression. How do we counter that? We just swap up the lanes. We keep the jungler top or bottom, if he wants to defend or if he wants to dive. And then basically just take all the aggression out and then just win by mid and late game because they're not as experienced in team fights with the new mid laner.
How are you guys feeling as a team now? We saw, if you look at the scoreboard, Shook played. He got a lot of kills in that game, let's say. Did get caught out a couple of times here and there, but how do you rate the performance of Shook? You know, you're 6 games in a row now. Has his performance continued to rise, or is he at that level that you expected him to be at now?
Today, I think he went too aggressive at times he shouldn't go aggressive in. Like when Ryze runs into the jungle instead of running back to the turret, you know, okay, Lisa's going to be waiting there. But that's things that's improving all the time. Like yesterday against Gambit, he outplayed Alex and Diamond super hard and basically forced Flash out of Diamond alone and then baited Alex to go on him, so we got a free first blood. But I really like to play with Shook. I think he's really awesome to play with, and I think he's really, really good, and he doesn't get enough credit.
Very nice. You obviously had a very good game, and it was quite even actually till about the mid game. Tell us a little bit, did you have a little trouble being able to push against them or push up against the towers?
I think we were a bit afraid of fighting them straight up. Like we had Jinx and Gragas, and they basically had no poke at all, only really with the Caitlyn ultimate as poke. So we wanted to get a few saps in them and a few barrels in them, and then team fight from there. But I think as a team we played actually pretty well, staying together and just like splitting them up so they couldn't team fight that properly. And I think we traded 3 for 1, even though they got the dragon at one time, and that's when we realized, okay, if we just keep doing this, keep team fighting, then it will be really easy for us to win.
So I have to ask you now, 6 games in a row, if we look back to the start, you guys were horrible on odd weeks, but you were great on even weeks, and that continued for a while. Now 6 games in a row. What's changed between now and then? Where has this consistency come from?
I don't, even though we won some of the even numbered weeks, I don't think we played it that well. It was mainly us outpicking them and then just going into late game and just team fighting from there. Even though our team fights were horrible, we would still win because we had the better composition. Right now, I think we are pretty good all over, but there's still a ton to improve on.
All right, finally, I'd like to get you guys' ideas about the next game, our last LCS game here, the Copenhagen Wolves up against Fnatic. Joe, who are you calling for?
I have to say Fnatic, I think they looked pretty brilliant yesterday. The Wolves, you've always got to give them the chance. If you look at their form, it's actually really up there with the best right now, but I feel like Fnatic are coming in with a new hunger after reaching the finals of Intel Extreme Masters.
Froggen.
I think it's going to be a pretty even game if they take Gragas away from Pekka. I think he's been really strong on that champion, so maybe ban away that champion and it will be an even game. But I think Fnatic has his favorites.
All right, well, thank you very much. Congratulations, Froggen, on that 6-0 winning streak for Alliance. Now, we'll step off the rift for just a moment, but when we come back, Fnatic and the Copenhagen Wolves will tangle in the lanes. Don't go anywhere.